Hey, what's going on, my friends? Welcome to another video. And today we have a special little article here from Kathy Christoph, who I thought did a great job with giving us 5 tips to survive self-employment. Because you might be striking out on your own. And if so, my friends, well, you're not alone. Hundreds of thousands of workers are leaving their jobs and opting to work for themselves. But if this is your first experiment with working for yourself, you may need a few tips to survive self-employment. Why? Well, the Human Resources Department that used to handle complex things like withholding FICA taxes and health insurance is now gone, replaced by you. Moreover, safety nets that employees take for granted, unemployment and disability insurance, for example, are largely unavailable when you're self-employed. And forget about regular paychecks. Even if you find regular work, clients don't always pay promptly. Sometimes they don't pay at all. Now, of course, the benefits of self-employment: flexibility, independence, and greater income potential are well worth the challenges. But a brief guide can help you sidestep some of the most vexing problems. These 5 tips can help you survive and thrive in self-employment. And before we jump into these 5 tips, my friends, like this video, give it a good thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be up to date and notified on all our latest and upcoming videos. Number 1, know your options. Most people don't quit a full-time job until they have a client or two ready to hire them. However, nothing about self-employment is certain. So, it's helpful to know that copious online job sites can help you find new clients if and when you need them. And it's not a bad idea to sign up with these sites and ideally accept a few gigs long before you run out of work. That's because many sites promote your profile after you have successfully completed work there. And the more work you've done, the more likely the site is to give you a marketing push. So, to be sure, adding gigs to an already full schedule could make your first months of self-employment overwhelmingly busy. But there are worse ways to launch your own business, and working extra at the start will also help with another of the key tips to survive self-employment: boosting your emergency fund. We got more on that later on. And good job sites. What job sites should you use? That depends on what you do. For professionals, the best job platforms specialize in just a few work categories. For instance, staffing giant Robert Half specializes in finance, accounting, law, and healthcare. SMA Inc. offers copious opportunities for engineers and project managers. For those looking for jobs in tech, Brain Trust and Catalent are good choices. And Working Not Working and Creatively are great options for those looking for marketing, design, and film gigs. However, broader job platforms such as Fiverr and Taskit, 2 of my favorite platforms, you guys already know, are often better choices for people looking for project work in fields including writing and human resources. Fiverr largely specializes in remote work, so it's a great place to offer resume writing, translation, services, or nutrition consulting, for instance. TaskRabbit, on the other hand, largely focuses on in-person work in a number of vocations such as personal shopping, building furniture, and hanging pictures. Both sites allow freelancers to set their own rates and determine the nature of the services they offer. And my friends, if you guys are new to the channel, if you're watching this video here on YouTube, well, head over to makemanagegrowmoney.com because I do have a course that I designed that is completely free for any of you interested in TaskRabbit. If you want to maximize your opportunities to make as much money as possible on TaskRabbit, definitely consider checking out my course over there on makemanagegrowmoney.com. Completely free. I got y'all. So number 2 is get covered. If you can't piggyback on a traditionally employed spouse's health plan, you'll need to buy health coverage. Yes, it's expensive, but it's less expensive than trying to pay an unexpected hospital bill by yourself. Losing health insurance as a result of a job loss is generally a qualifying event that allows you to buy coverage through state and federal health exchanges at any time of the year. Normally, you must wait for open enrollment periods, and if your family income is below certain levels, your health insurance premiums are discounted. Notably, a company called Stride Health can help streamline the search process. Stride uses artificial intelligence to match workers with affordable insurance coverage in their states. It also provides information about the discounts you can receive through the Affordable Care Act. Of course, my friends, I'll have a link to this article down below, which will have a link to Stride and some of these other resources as well. Number 3, build emergency savings. None of the tips to survive self-employment are quite as important as building emergency savings. Why? None of the safety nets that you had when you were employed extend to self-employed individuals. Vacation time? Nope. Sick leave? Forget it. Unemployment insurance only during the pandemic by the grace of emergency legislation. Moreover, many freelance and self-employed workers say that work comes in waves or feast or famine. When you have slow periods or slow paying clients, emergency savings keep food on the table. Indeed, your emergency fund is your primary safety net when you're self-employed. So, an amount of emergency savings that seemed reasonable when you were an employee is likely to be inadequate now. How much you need will depend on your family circumstances. However, it's important to have at least 6 months of living expenses in emergency savings, and saving more never hurts. My friends, look in my previous videos because I have a few videos that help you with trying to get the ball rolling and helping you to come up with a strategy to start and build up your emergency savings. Number 4, execute contracts and invoices. Most clients are honorable and can be trusted to make good on verbal contracts. Some are not. You are well advised to set up structures that accommodate both. A simple contract that spells out the nature and scope of the job, the deadlines, and payment terms can help avoid misunderstandings and enforce your rights when necessary. It's also not a bad idea to put in cancellation clauses to protect you if a client changes their mind about a job halfway through. Keep your contract terms, including when payments are due, clear, and send invoices on a predictable schedule to help you and your clients budget. And number 5 on this list is to remember taxes. Newly self-employed individuals often forget that no one is withholding taxes out of their paychecks. That can result in you owing taxes and penalties when you file your return. Also, when you're self-employed, you pay both the employee and employer contributions to the Social Security and Medicare systems. This can increase your tax burden dramatically. As a business owner, you also have access to far more deductions and credits than an ordinary wage earner, and the taxes you pay are only on your business's net profit. Earnings after all those expenses are deductible. Some things self-employed individuals can deduct that wage earners cannot. Well, you got health insurance premiums for you and your family, office equipment, and potentially all of the expenses related to running your home office, work travel, subscriptions and dues, marketing costs, and much more. However, allowable deductions for business owners often hinge on facts and circumstances. This is one area where it's always wise to hire a professional to ensure you get all the deductions and credits you're due. The good news, tax preparation fees are also deductible. Now, my friends, I thought this list was a good reminder. It kind of covers a wide range of different, important areas that we often overlook or forget, or you don't think about, or you're not really familiar with when you make that transition, that leap of going from being an employee to being self-employed. This happened to me. I mean, the first thing over here when it said newly self-employed individuals often forget that no one is withholding taxes. When I first became self-employed, after I had left college my sophomore year, way back when I went back to school, graduated and all that, but about 10, I don't even, when was that? Wow, that was a while ago. I don't even want to say how long ago it was. Man, I'm old. Whew. Um, when I left and I started to work for a subdivision of the Boston Globe, PCF, it's called, Publisher Circulation Fulfillment. I was self-employed. I was a contractor. I was not an employee of theirs. I also worked with Max Preps, which is owned by CBS Sports, covering high school sports around, the East Coast pretty much. And I was self-employed. I was making solid money. And so I thought I was killing it. I thought I was doing my thing. And I just remember the first year when it was tax time, I got, whoo, man, I had no idea that I had to save up for taxes. But then even the second year, it was like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I knew it was coming, and I remembered the first year, but I just didn't know how to prepare for it. And it was like that for the first 2, maybe even 3 years, where it was just bad. And I kept kind of just putting myself, I think by the third year, I was like, okay, I know it's coming. I know, but I still wasn't necessarily, doing as I wasn't as efficient as I could have been, and especially knowing all the things I know today. Oof, man, I let so much money slip through my hands. And Uncle Sam was loving me back then. We'll say that. He was loving me back then. I was not knowledgeable on deductions and write-offs and just any of this. So I think this is a great way to help any of you out there who are new to, not just, if you're part of the TaskRabbit economy. I know I preach a lot of, that's one of my babies, my gems. And if you are part of that gig economy, or even Fiverr or any of these other apps, just this is great. This article is great, and it touches on all of the kind of pain points that you will essentially experience or face. And there are others, but I think this was a great kind of starting point. So hopefully you guys found this video, helpful, motivational, encouraging. If so, definitely give it a nice thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and feel free to leave a comment down below with your thoughts about this article. Did any of these things happen to you in the past? Did you just kind of not think about, having that emergency savings? Maybe you still are working on your emergency savings. Let's be honest. Times are tough. Or health insurance, different areas that you don't really think about when you're an employee, because they're taking care of that. But now that you're self-employed, you got a few more responsibilities that you definitely have to take care of. And I hope this helped put some of those responsibilities to your attention. So you guys already know what it is. I got to keep it moving. Much appreciation for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.